what advice would you give to a young engineer that would like to get into the superconductor industry or follow your steps?
Superconductor
What
industry.
advice would you give them?
Superconductors are actually a fascinating topic. We've been pushing the boundaries on high temperature superconductor, but actually it's not really related to a specific area in general. Just follow your passion. I think that's a driver, because we will always see, as we push our boundaries, we will always see obstacles. And to overcome those, we have to have that internal drive, that internal motivation, right? That quest. Rather than being pushed or nudged by friends and family to something that you may not really want to do, but you just nicely, kindly have to correct, and you have to focus on what drives you. In fact, there is a Japanese term for the professional fulfillment. It's called ikigai. And you find that actually on my LinkedIn page as part of the images, where you have 4 quadrants, and when they overlap, all of them, then that's your ikigai. That's the sweet spot of your professional fulfillment, which means you do what you're good at. Because if you're not doing what you're good at, then it creates the fear that someone else is better and you're out of a job, right? So the avoidance of negative emotions is part of the game. The second part is you do what you're passionate about, because time is irrelevant, right? Time just flies by and you have so much fun. You can't wait to do it again, right? And that's really important, because if it's not the case, then you just check your watch and it's like, oh man, when is this job over? I want to go home. Well, that's not fun. But you gotta have fun with it. And the third one, which is also important, that you have to have a human purpose. You touch someone in this world. It could be the world in itself. It could be one person on this planet that you touch with your solution, that you improve. Because if we're not doing it for some other human being, even indirectly, it feels empty. We're not feeling fulfilled. If it's just stuff, it just doesn't have the same value for us intrinsically. And so that's also very important to have. And the last one, of course, it has to have some value. Someone actually pays you, which is the hardest part of this startup to overcome, at least initially, right? The payout is usually at the end, when you see it all the way through. But when that happens, in the meantime, there's lots of iterations and, a lot of failures, a lot of corrections, a lot of feedback, right, to bring back into harmony, which I really like that you started out this whole subject on the harmony line. Yeah, that would be my advice.